and he wishes for a change of dessert, as well as a change of scenery. Then what, I ask? Oh, Blythe, you are so astute, exclaims Charlotte, shaking her head. Father, we never even considered Mr. Goswick's preferences, and it's his party. How thoughtless of us.
How will we know what he's had in London?
Uncle Henry asks, a tinge of panic in his voice.
How will we ascertain that information? Is it too late? I told you we should have started to plan sooner, Charlotte. I knew this would all be in vain.
I step backward, slowly, quietly, and reach my right hand out for my book on the sideboard. In the great hall, I make a dash across the black and white tile floor for the kitchens, sneak one of the apples that cook planned to bake this evening, and with a quick whiff of cinnamon and sugar, I burst from the confines of Rexford Park and out into the glorious summer sunshine. I close my eyes, grinning up at the clear blue summer sky. Freedom, finally. Weaving my way through the paths of the formal gardens, I break from the pruned hedges, over the green hills, and through the horse pasture, my skirts becoming tangled in the tall, tall grass. Several of Uncle Henry's bays roam the fields, looking up briefly from their cropping of the grass, and allowing me to make myself comfortable below the shade of the ancient oak. I open my book right to where I left off last night, spreading it across my lap, my back propped against the broad trunk of the tree, and read in blissful silence. Charlotte suggested this book, said she couldn't put it down while on her trip to the seaside, and it is just the sort of read that Charlotte would find enthralling. Handsome knights on stallions, roaming over hill and moor on dark and stormy nights, all to avenge the honour of their fair maiden. Of course, I do love it too, though I'd never admit that to my cousin. I'd never admit that to anyone, actually. While romance may have bloomed in me as a love-struck adolescent, I've been pricked by its underlying thorns before. Better to read about romance in private than allow anyone to think I'm still enthralled by its appeal in real life. I take a bite of my crisp apple and sigh. At least I have Sir Garrett to woo me for the afternoon, and he certainly comes with significantly fewer complications than any real gentleman I've ever met, like the kind Briggs Goswick brings with him. Lord, I cannot believe that upon my first trip to Rexford Park in almost a year, he, of all people, has to show up. But I cannot let his looming return ruin my day. I'll deal with his presence when I'm forced to. For a few minutes I take in the serenity of my current setting, the chirping birds darting from the oak tree above me to the forest line just a few yards away, the snuffle of the companionable horses, and the rustling of the leaves as the breeze sifts through the branches. All my concerns over the return of my nemesis and my father's financial woes melt away as I find myself sucked into the story. If I didn't know any better, I would swear I could hear the thundering of Sir Garrett's noble steed. I glance up at my equine companions, but they still munch peaceably on the grass, occasionally offering me a contented snort. But still the clamour of hooves grows closer. I place my book, face flat, on the ground beside me, then brush the dirt and dust off my skirts and shade my eyes with my hand to see more clearly. Becoming larger with every moment, a beautiful, dappled grey horse gallops toward the wooden slat fence that separates the pastures. Its rider is certain, leaning forward, calling out encouragingly. But once the creature reaches the divider, it skids to a sudden stop, and the rider goes flying over its head. "Oh!" I cry, my heart pounding as I gather my skirts and race to where the gentleman lies sprawled out on